Hey guys, what's up? It's Kathy, and I'm back with just kind of a random process video for you. I'm showing you kind of my jumping off points, and one of them is this polka dot tissue paper that I bought at Michael's recently, and I couldn't believe my luck in finding it because I love the idea of this kind of tissue paper. So I don't know, I might stock up. I only bought one package, but I might go back and buy another just so I have it. Because you never know how long they're going to have it for. And I just adore it. I can't wait to use it. I couldn't believe my luck in finding it. I kind of cut it down, so I just kind of went through that. You didn't need to see me cut it down like a million times. And the other thing was those washi tapes that I showed right at the beginning. You'll see some strips of them here in a second. I put them on white cardstock, and there's one. It's a cat, and it's pink, and the cat's like playing around on a pink background. And then another one looked like a fairground, and it was super bright colors and super cute, and I love it. And I got them at our Staples, which is like a home office supply place, and they're from Scotch brand, and I couldn't believe my luck in finding such cute ones. My daughter pointed them out to me when we were there doing a bit of back to school shopping, and she's like, "Can we get the kitty one?" I was like, "Oh yes, we're gonna get the kitty one." And I picked out the exhibition amusement park one. Anyway, so I'm looking for some papers to kind of do some layers. I don't want to do too many different types because I want to use several. I want to use two strips of the cute little washi tape because I made two strips. So I'm kind of going back and forth. I'm going to use that Pink Fresh Studio multiple heart one. I'm going to use this piece that is, I believe, Pebbles paper from a few years ago. Like 2010, 2011, and it was scraps left over from one of my Flashback Fridays. And the navy blue went really well. I mean, I didn't really necessarily want to bring in more polka dots, but that navy blue, she's wearing a navy blue dress. So it went really well. I really wish I could have had this picture be like the full length, but her skirt was kind of up, and she was wearing one of those, like, you know, those covers that are in like kids' dresses, like they're like an underwear cover. Anyway, she's wearing that, but I just didn't feel like having that show in my in my layout for people to look at. So I cropped it into a square photo, and you still get to enjoy it because there really wasn't much of the horse showing in the carousel ride anyway. I cropped it like a Polaroid, but I am going to put. I find a Polaroid picture frame left over from an ephemera pack, probably from an older hip kit, like I think it was July's, so not older, from a previous hip kit, and it fits perfectly over top of that, and it's like a light blue. There you go. It's like a light blue and white stripe, and it looks so perfect. And then I cut off the white border for the Hello Kitty picture, and kind of stuck it in there just haphazard, and it just looks perfect, it's it's almost like a piece of ephemera. So I made a little cluster in the bottom, and the doily that I used is a 4-inch one, and I bought it from Pretty Little Studio because you can buy those pretty Cambridge doilies there. That big cat head is a printable, a free printable that I found online, and it is adorable, but it's a little too big for what I'm doing. And it used to be on my daughter's wall. I had a picture of two cats like that, one with the blue bow and one with the pink bow, and it was framed. But I got new artwork to put in her room, so I took that one out. So then I cut them out to just have them kicking around my room. I don't know when I'll use them, but they're super vintage and awesome. I love them. So I'm just off to find ephemera, and I find all these like old pieces of stuff, and some of these are really old, like those Martha Stewart kind of, those stickers are several years old. I love that Ferris wheel though. The colors match perfectly, and the cotton candy sticks match perfectly. I couldn't believe my luck in finding these older things that I thought I was probably just going to purge. That little question mark, or that little bubble, that speech bubble, is from a Dear Lizzie. I think it's a Fine and Dandy collection. I have the 6x6 paper pad, and I cut that out of one of the pieces of paper. I really wanted to use the cat because the cat would have went perfect, but it seemed really weird to bring in the cat elements on top of the Ferris wheel element. Like if I was going to bring in one, I just would have brought in one and not the other. But I really love that Ferris wheel and wanted to use it. So I'm just going to move it down so it's better suited into the cluster. That fun is like an old Heidi Swap chipboard piece. I'm not going to end up using it. I'm going to switch it out for some Maggie Holmes from the Shine collection. I have some of her gold glitter thicker words. And I'm going to use some crepe paper Hello Love chipboard, but not that one. But I'm going to use some of these hearts and bring in the gold. And I love that felt bow. Honestly, I cannot remember what brand that's from. I got it in a Scraptastic Club kit a long time ago, like at least 2 years ago, I would say, or a year and a half ago. I cannot remember the brand that those bows were from, but they came with like a bright turquoise and bright pink, and this is my final one. So I actually used them up, so I was pretty happy with myself. And I'm going to glue it down and glue in the little speech bubble, and I think it says "You make my heart smile." And I love the little "so fun" in there. But then I'm like, oh, okay, it says fun twice. Like, it doesn't need to say fun twice. This layout's kind of different for me because I feel it's like a little haphazard, going crazy. Like, you know, just like this could have went bad, I think. Like, I don't know about you guys when you're making layouts, but I feel like sometimes layouts can go bad. I cannot believe I did not cut out me fiddling on the computer. Sorry. It gives me time to talk, though. So I'm using a bunch of the little hearts to just kind of go around. I'm going to end up using all of... Oh, and that little best ever. See, I'm just kind of sticking stuff everywhere. It reminds me of like when I used to scrapbook and stuff would just get stuck everywhere and it wouldn't have a home. And like I got really worried that I was just going too weird and not very nice looking, I guess, in the end. But I really do like how this turned out. There are 3 little embellishment clusters because there's the hearts and then the big embellishment cluster and then the lower embellishment cluster, so it does all work. And I really did use up some stickers and stuff that have been kicking around, so you know I get to make way for new stuff. Isn't that always the way, right? Like use up the old so you can get in the new. So I'm going to use those for my title and to do the one down in the bottom. I started out with the love, and then I remember I'm pretty certain I have a very recent photo of my daughter and it says love today. So I'm like, well, I don't really need it to say love today twice, like 2 titles, you know, especially about my daughter. Seems a little weird. So I'm going to move the love down there and put shine today because I don't know. I just wanted to. I just wanted this to be kind of a little over the top, cute layout. So I like the shine there too. I think that works well. I'm going to use that crown as well. I liked that. And then I'm going to struggle with putting these stupid little shining effects on there. I move them around a lot and oh, so much fun. And I wanted to put them somewhere else too, but I don't like it. So I don't. But this whole layout came together from me just having some stuff kicking around that I really just wanted to use. And then I just love a chance to use up some older stuff like this. I could have listed this as a Flashback Friday for some of the older stickers that I use that are several years old, but I used enough new stuff that I didn't feel I need to, and I just wanted to get another layout done that was not necessarily for a kit club or for anybody specific, just for me. I like still doing layouts just for me and not using cut files or anything like that. So this is something anybody could replicate. And just grabbing your old stash. And even if you don't think it matches well together, why not? This is kind of like an excess layout. Like less is less, more is more is fun kind of layout for me. So yeah, I'm getting out my Heidi Swap Gold Color Shine that I'm going to put around. And then I'm going to get some markers that I have and draw some little hearts around too. And I put the word prize in that little heart from Heidi Swap, the navy blue one. It says best prize ever now, because it's pointing at the Hello Kitty pillow, because she does, at the time she loved Hello Kitty. I'm just testing out the markers to see which colors I want. Now this is kind of one of those things where I kind of regret doing it, but in the end, you actually don't, I kind of was like, oh my gosh, you can really see this. Like, this is just so obvious. But it actually isn't all that obvious. I do go over the purple ones because they just did not match. I go over them with black to bring in some black eventually. But I think my video might cut out before I get to finish and wave goodbye and all that kind of stuff. So I do know I go and I do some journaling too. And I didn't draw any lines or anything like that because I wasn't doing much. So yeah, this layout is just super, super crazy, busy, and awesome, and I love it. And I'm really happy with how it turned out. And yeah, thanks so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Appreciate all my new subscribers, and I'll see you in the next video.